Greatest of all Texas, bringing you a really quick installation video. I want to do the rear diff fluid change on the FJ, and I went ahead and bought the parts to do the front differential, the transfer. There's the FJ. I'm about to move it to the street to make it level. I bought these gear oil, Royal Purple, $75.90. I got 7 quarts. So you can buy this 6 quart for around $104 off Amazon. I'll put the link to my Amazon storefront. It comes out to about $17 per quart. If you buy them from O'Reilly's right now, they have a sale, which I had to go pick up a 7th one for the 0.3 that I need for the rear. And this is $20 on sale, normally $25 regular price. You'll need a socket wrench with a 24mm, somewhere to put your oil. I bought these gloves here off Amazon as well. They'll be in my storefront, and this as well, a fluid pump, so it could be a little bit easier for you when you're dumping it in there. But pretty much, this is going to be our fill plug we'll remove first. And then if you look on the bottom right there, that is our drain plug. But you can see part of my Dobinson suspension. Long travel, I got the extended brake lines back there from Yoda Mafia. The Duro bump stops, and I got the, I can't see them right there, but Dobinson LMS long travel. But today we're changing out this bad boy right here, so let me go ahead and move the FJ to the street so it's a little bit more leveled off ground. Right now we're underneath the FJ. I'm about to show you how you can do your rear diff change by first removing your fill plug, then you remove your drain plug. And I've heard that this is the reason is that you want to make sure that if you remove this first and then this one's stripped, then you won't be able to close that and refill it. So if you remove this first and this one doesn't work, then you can just put this back on and then address that later, but at least you'll still have fluid in here. So right now we're going to use a 24mm socket and go ahead and remove that. Got that loose. Take this off. Should get my little full. Let's put this right here. Now I'm taking off the drain plug. This is where all the oil is going to come out now. So now this is where majority of the oil is coming out. You can see right there. This top part, it was leaking. I guess it was filled up pretty well. I think the last time I had it changed was probably like maybe 40,000 miles ago. You can see on the bottom there's some grime, but it doesn't look as bad. I've seen some videos online. The oil's still kind of in contact from what it looks like. I mean, it doesn't look too dirty. It's like a lightish caramel or dark caramel. We'll see how the new oil looks, the Royal Purple, and also on the transfer case and front diff. Tightened it with a light snug, and then I'll go ahead and clean this bottom right here where the oil drips off, and then tighten it a little bit. 36 pound-feet torque. Now we'll go ahead and start filling it. where we're gonna put this pump that I bought for the quart and do 3.3 quarts. So let's put this in here, put the tube in there, and start pumping it. So right here, we're just pumping it up with this pump instead of having to squeeze the bottle. See if my shoulder didn't give out or if it works well that way. So far we're doing bottle number 1. Bottle 1 is done. So now we can go ahead and then shift this to bottle 2. Got it off. Let's put this back in here and then squeeze that in there and start pumping again. We're on the 3rd bottle right now, so let's go ahead and pump this out, and then once it starts spilling out, I gotta do it so I can get the 3.3 quarts for the rear diff. So on Facebook, FJ Cruiser Nation, and a lot of other blogs, I've looked at what people use on the weight, and I know it says 80-90 in the manual, but a lot of people have done 75-90 for the front diff, rear, and the transfer case, and didn't seem to have any issues. I think it was only if you were up north in Canada. That's why Toyota switched to 80-90, because of the colder weather that they experience up there during the winters. That oil performs better, but for the most part, I'm in Florida right now, stationed in the Coast Guard. So this summer I was supposed to transfer, possibly Louisiana or Texas, we'll see. And I don't see the cold being that big of an issue down in the southern region. It looks like it's already leaking out at 3 quarts, so I don't know if we're gonna get that 0.3 in there. Let's get this drain plug on there real quick before we lose any more. Let's fill this up a little bit. Seems like it's just all coming out. I think that's enough. Let's go ahead and close it up. Clean this up too. Just tighten this up. There. Should be good. I've done the rear diff. I finally leveled out the FJ 100%. It was like 95% earlier. But now I'm gonna go ahead and I will remove. This is the drain plug and this is the fill plug. So I'll remove that one first and then put it some more in here, 1.5 quarts. Same royal purple. Let's get it in. Got that one on. Let's get this drain one off. It's kind of windy here, so hope it doesn't affect how it pours out. Let's get this over here. Alright. Let the screw go. It's right here. Got the drain plug on. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. Let's get it. 1.5 quarts in the transfer case.
That won't work like that.
Yeah.
No, because the pickup tube's on the bottom. Is there anything in it?
Nah, it feels pretty empty. A tiny bit used. It's more than.
Okay, 3/4.
Yeah, I barely tried to put the point.
Yeah, don't pull it out when you're pumping it. There you go. Good. Stop. Don't put any more in there. You're wasting. Put the lid on there. Yeah, you. No. Oh, okay, never mind.
There.
We're gonna get ran over. Good job.
Let me see.
You didn't bear down on it with that thing, did you?
No.
Because that's serious.
You think that's good?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, don't go any further. That's fine. You don't need any more. Yeah. Because you have a lot of leverage here.
Okay, so this one. There?
No. A little bit more. Good, right there. Yep.
All right. Now, at first I was just gonna do the rear diff and the transfer case, but now I ended up doing the front diff as well, which I took off the skid plate. That was hard. Right now I'm draining it and then I'm gonna refill it. It's kind of hard to see in here, but just giving y'all an update. Front diff is gonna be refilled. I'm gonna go ahead and pump up the front diff that I took out. The drain plug was right here and the top plug was right there. And what you need is this hex right here. It's a 10, and then I went ahead and got it off that 10mm hex key or tool. And it took also, like, I used some WD-40, which, I mean, if you got penetrant, I recommend that, so that way you can loosen that rust up. But I needed some leverage, so I borrowed this from my neighbor. It worked out really well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pump it up, fill it up. That looks good. It's 1.5 quarts in this front diff. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one whole one and then do half of the other one so I can hurry up and get out of there. Then the hard part is putting my skid plate back on. That's a pain because it's a steel skid plate. Right. Let's tighten this up. And then we'll start putting this skid plate back on. Alright, we got it in there. The FJ is now done. I just finished changing the fluid in the rear diff back there. I need to wipe that off a little bit more, but I'm also going to power wash it later when I wash the FJ. Then I did the transfer case. Total 6 quarts. I made sure it was all, it says 3.3 in the rear, but it's like the 6 one I bought earlier at O'Reilly's didn't even need it because they were dripping out on them. And then the front was 1.5. I had to take the skid plate off. But that's all I got in this video. Check out more GOATX maintenance. I gotta do a little test drive on this bad boy. I'm just cruising through the neighborhood real slow, but it does feel, I mean, smoother ever since I did the greasing of the axle last weekend. Now the flush on the diff, it just feels really good. Super pleased with keeping up with these fluids on my own, and gonna continue to maintain the FJ even further and do a good detail as well.